Good morning, you guys. Alright, so I picked up this tray from Dollar Tree several weeks ago, and I knew I was going to do something with it. So when I see anything this shape, I immediately think of a flower. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to pick a flower for my front door because there's nothing hanging on it this morning. Or y'all know, or y'all might not know, I love vintage quilts, and that is exactly what I'm going to use. So whenever I see, oh, thank you, my stars, Gina. So anytime I see a tattered quilt, or even just a quilt I like, I always buy it because I know I'm going to make something with it. So I have several pieces of some quilts, and I'm just going to find, I like buying the ones with lots of patterns because I just love vintage fabric anyway. Yes, a flower. Okay, so I'm going to use some vintage quilts. This is actually from one. So it seems like I go through phases of which quilt is my favorite until I use it all. And then I find a new quilt that I love better, okay? So I'm gonna go through here and kind of find some fabrics I like because they're all mixed in and mixed up. And I thought there was a piece on this one I liked. See, obviously this one has been used a lot because I use them. Okay, so I'm just gonna like cut some out of it. I know, here it is. Okay, now I could very well do that and just lay it all over that, but I want to pick and choose my fabrics. Pieces of fabric I like, my quilt I like, I'm going to Mod Podge them on my Dollar Tree tray, and I'm just going to use straight Mod Podge. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little bit. Of course, I put a lot on that one. I didn't mean to, but I'm just going to spread it out. Okay. So I'm going to put my first little petal on, and I'm just going to kind of mold it and move it around and just kind of really push it against that Mod Podge. So I'm just taking my utility knife, and I'm just going to kind of cut right here in the center because we're going to put another fabric in the center, a solid fabric. Actually, we're gonna be using my drop cloth. Okay, so in the center, I'm gonna use a solid color, and I'm just gonna use a piece of my drop cloth. I'm gonna cut it some beforehand. I'll probably actually cut this with this. That way I know it's kind of dull. My mom's been using it to cut cardboard all week. So now I know my Mod Podge, and I like using Mod Podge because you can kind of form it, and it's not like hot glue gets like hard right away. I like using this because I can kind of form it around whatever shape I want to do it. All right, so this is kind of what you're seeing right now. Isn't that really cute, you guys? Like, I really like that when I hold it up and look at it. So now I'm going to kind of use my Mod Podge and kind of really seep it in there in between the cracks so I can really start forming that around each one. You can kind of see how putting that Mod Podge on there kind of formed it. And so now that's what I'm doing with each petal. Get some wood beads and attach to the center right here. So this is what it's looking like. How stinking cute is that, you guys? Like, I love it. Okay, so now I am going to use a little bit of rope to just put between my petals to kind of separate them, okay? So they more look like petals and not, now we got some, and not, you know, they'll stand out. The petal, make the petals like pop per se. Thank you so much for everybody for joining. Make sure you sprinkle with your friends. If you are new to our page, make sure you hop on and follow us. Thank y'all. So I'm just gonna cut the end of my rope off. And I'm gonna start with this one since it's pretty good and down. So that is how it looks with the rope around it. How cute is that, you guys? So. So this is what it's looking like. How stinking cute is that? How stinking cute is that, you guys? I love it a lot. Let me see. So I still appreciate all of y'all on. So when this gets good and dry, I will go ahead and I will either spray something on this to seal it all, or I will go back over it with a Mod Podge and seal it that way. So we will seal that fabric up nice and neatly. And so I will snap a picture of it when I hang it on my front door. Okay, all right, so here's our little flower we made out of a $1 chip and dip tray from Dollar Tree. And I used a Vintage Quilt topper. Hey, baby. Thank y'all so much. Take you potty. All right, so thank you all so much for joining in. Make sure you sprinkle with your friends.